Welcome everyone to the 4th episode of QCast. I am your host, Glory, aka the guy that has an addiction to putting capital V's and underscores in his name. And I am joined with Pengo1998 from Nexion Armada. Say hi, Pengo.
Hi.
And I am joined by Rocky and Cringey Buttclenchean from Buttclenchean LTD. Guys, say hi.
Hello.
I'm living.
Alright. Well, we have an interesting...
I can change that.
We have an interesting live stream today. This is hopefully going to go better than last week's live stream, where I won't just mute my microphone on my mix amp and, not talk for 5 minutes like an idiot. Then also, we have everyone here for once. Pengo didn't fall asleep. The Buttclenches don't have family over. We're all here. We're happy, and we're just a happy family talking about random shit that happens in the university. And boy, did a lot of shit happen. Anyways, so last week we went over the new dev diaries, so we didn't get really a chance to talk about some of the news that happened for a while. So this will kind of cover both this past week and then the week before that. The first thing that is pretty much the most major story that came out of the past 2 weeks was what has been happening with the Terran Union. As you know, about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, Terran Union left CSYN. Now, there's another big story with them. 6 out of their 12 ministers, which are basically their cabinet positions, left and resigned from their positions. They made a post about it. Let me switch. Here we go. I will read it in full, and then we will go in and discuss everything. So, this post was made yesterday. However, I've heard about it for a while now. So, last weekend, 6 of our 12 ministers resigned from the minister...
Take your time.
The Ministerial Council. This was largely due to disagreements about policy and growing frustrations between ministers. Their decision was not made lightly, so we asked for your understanding in this matter. Here, the final list of those leaving were Aim Burt, and I apologize if I mess up these names, Shocker Ray, Math, Philly Cheese, Halton, and Azaras. I give up. Alright, we are deeply saddened to see them go, but we thank them for their time, dedication, and hard work that they gave to the Terran Union. And we wish them well in their future endeavors. With this change came the need to recognize, or I cannot read. With this change came the need to reorganize the structure and bring in new officials to head things up. Ministries are being moved around into departments where necessary to deal with this change. This is the new structure. And then they go through each ministry and departments under that. And then they end off with saying, this structure is in the process of taking effect now. New officials will be announced at a later date. We thank everyone for their patience, and we hope that we can use this as an opportunity to serve our citizens and the DU community more efficiently and progressively than ever before. I'm not even going to go there because I'm guessing that's Latin, and I'm not going to read that because I've already made myself look like enough of an idiot. But anyways,
I'll translate it.
Anyways, so it's quite a big story.
They still have they still have the biggest org.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, of course, but it's still
also
crazy to hear.
To be fair, though, Latin is technically a dead language, and no one knows how it's. As far as I know, at least, no one actually knows how it's supposed to be said.
It means wake up, build, and preserve.
Fair enough. Anyways, so to be honest, I feel like this is a huge story. I think it would be even a huge story even if only one minister left, resigned from their position, because it's like this is the largest org, and I mean they're always in the spotlight. Let's be honest here. So it's quite crazy to hear that 6 out of the 12 left, and I found that very confusing as to what happened. But anyways, I want to go through and kind of assess how they're going to do things with their new ministries and departments, because in my opinion, I think it looks a bit cramped. But I mean, with what they have, they did well. Under the Ministry of Commerce, they have the Department of Economy, the Department of Finance, the Department of Trade. So, what's the difference between economy and finance? Or am I just being an idiot?
Finance is messing with the actual money. Economy has to do with managing the overall economy as a whole, not specifically dealing with money.
I don't know, I just feel like those could kind of be combined in a way, but oh well.
Yeah, I think they will be combined.
No, they're
I think it's just
really
shows
different
us-
sections.
Fair
One
enough.
is in charge of actually handling expenses and figuring out what, how to deal with the money. The other one is in charge of actually managing economic. So things such as, say, markets,
Fair enough.
which is not.
Yeah. I get that. Anyways, and then next up, we have the Ministry of Infrastructure and Regional Development. Under that, we have the Department of Logistics, the Department of Construction and Urban Planning, the Department of Mining and Gathering, the Department and the Department of Exploration and Colonization. So, I mean, sounds quite extensive. I mean, again, I feel like some of the stuff could kind of be combined if they were worried about, like, finding people. I feel like kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, well, they're also the largest group, so I don't think finding people is an issue.
Very true, very true. And then they have the Ministry of Research and Development, where they have the Department of Informational Technology, the Department of Research, and the Department of Design and Development. So that's kind of interesting. Informational technology. I wonder what they're gonna do there, like how they're going to, because informational technology, that would kind of be, kind of an interesting
Probably be
idea.
people who deal with, say, web servers, if they, for a website, if they create one, if they don't have one already.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Managing forum moderation, if they have their own forum on their website, stuff like that.
Yeah. Kind of cool. Then they also have the Ministry of Military and Defense. That one's self-explanatory, and I'm pretty sure they don't need any departments for that, as they don't have any. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Again, no departments, because it's basically self-explanatory.
I think it'd be more like embassies that will be put under there.
I guess.
Put under where?
None of us gonna talk? Alright.
No,
Well, I
it
said
doesn't
put under
seem
where,
like
and
it.
then no one answered me. Everyone just ignored me. I didn't hear that part, what you said it was under.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, and then lastly, the Ministry of Civil Service, which includes the Department of Civil Protection, the Department of Investigations, the Department of Justice, the Department of Public Relations, because every good organization needs a public relations team, and the Department of Registration and the fuck public relations.
Just point a laser at them. Problem solved.
Okay, what even is the Department of Registration? What do you need to register for?
You mean public
Ship
relations
registry, keep track.
or registration?
Registration.
Okay.
If it's to register to become part of the Terran Union, as in live in it, then that would be probably more like Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
I guess.
Well, it could also
Probably
be
be
ship
for registering
registration.
companies.
Registering
Or for
companies. Just, I don't know.
or ships.
Or ships.
Because you're usually going to want like a list of ships that are part of your group, so you know not to shoot them. That it's like publicly available, so people in your group can see a ship and look at its information and say, "Hey, don't shoot this thing."
And I mean, let's be honest. Registration could be very broad depending on what they're registering. So that could be very broad. So I don't know. And lastly, the Department of Education, which surprises me. Why would they have a Department of Education? I don't know. Like,
Now, that's probably
I
just a
thought
position
it might be so they could
lazy.
teach people how to play the game, but
yeah.
Well, perhaps it's a department to tell everyone not to Terran Union.
I don't know. I could just laugh if there were actually like schools in dual universe and like they made people go to those schools.
You have to go to a dual universe school to learn for a week to figure out how to fly a ship.
Yes.
To get your pilot's license before you can fly.
They'll probably do that.
I'd rather do that than regular high school, to be honest. But well, I think most people would
I mean-
rather do that than regular high school.
Yeah.
Regular
It may
high
not be
school,
that
you
bad,
learn
eh?
you learn what you learn how to add ax squared plus bx squared is equal to c. Okay.
And then in college, you learn that all of that's useless.
Yeet. And
Yeah.
I have
But
learned that, yeah.
but I feel like a Department of Education, like, that would be kind of cool. Like, maybe they'd make tutorials for people. But like,
Yeah, or they could have a system where if you crash into something when you're flying a ship within the city, you have to go to school to learn how to fly, or you're not allowed to fly in the city.
yeah, that would be funny. I think that's about it. But it is just kind of weird. I like how this huge shakeup is like happening. Like, you know.
It'll be interesting to see how it'll change some of their stuff. And, you know, this comes pretty close to when they officially announced it, like officially say that they're when they left CSUN officially.
Exactly. That's why
So it almost seems like it may be fallout from that.
It could be. Maybe these were people who were against leaving CSYN. Well, who were against leaving CSYN. Sorry, I thought I missed it for a second. But and maybe they were like, you know, maybe they felt like they weren't getting enough of the say. It'd be interesting to try and get in touch with some of them and see if I can, you know, figure out why they left. Really, you know, and see if it was truly just either just truly disagreements, like within Terran Union and nothing else, or if it was because of something else. And, you know, I don't know. But yeah, I'll be interested to see what comes out of this. I actually know the head of the Department of Finance, and that will be interesting to see how he does with that, because I think overall he's a pretty good guy for the job. So, yeah.
Do you know who he is?
Yes,
or
I
aren't
do.
you
But you
supposed to
said he knows
secretly?
I-
What? Do you know he's actually called in this?
What?
Are you willing
Being
to tell us
retarded,
who
just
is?
ignore him. Just ignore him.
Are you willing to tell us who is the leader of the department?
I'm pretty sure other people can verify who's leading it. But I know who's leading it. So, you know, I think he's a good guy, and I think he'll be good for the job. Anyways, moving onward. Anything left to say on the whole thing with the Terran Union? I felt like this would kind of be a more, I don't know, a little bit more of a bigger story than how we kind of went over it. But, you know, I guess in a way there isn't much else to say.
I mean, well, yeah, until there's more information about, you know, why they left and such, there's not really a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah.
All we know is that they left. And it's best not to, you know, try to
speculate as much. Like,
yeah, at least too much in depth.
Yeah, we speculate a little bit, so probably good not to speculate and spread more shade around the community. So, but still, I'll be interested to see what happens. So the next thing I found pretty cool in the past week or two, June 13th to be specific. The Aether, correct, or the Ether? I don't know. I tried. I think it is the Aether. I think I am correct on that.
What is it, AETHER?
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as I know, that's normally how it's said as Aether.
Yeah, Aether. I'm terrible with pronunciation. I apologize.
Yeah, we know you can't read. It's okay though.
Anyways, so the Aether has kind of released their own website about, basically it'll give news, it'll like
General information.
yeah, general information, allow people to discuss. Like, It's kind of how they describe it is. Hold on, let me find it. Its goal is to not replace the dual universe forms. No, that is neither our plan nor its purpose. Its goal is to complement the forms, reach a wider audience, provide a place where conflicts are set aside and new ideas are birthed over jokes, galleries, articles, stories, and media. I feel like that's kind of a cool idea, have something
It is
other
essentially
than
the exact same thing, though, that the whole point of the forum is, though.
yeah. But I mean, I don't know, just be a little bit more of a chill place. I don't know. We'll see what
Well,
happens.
but you see, if people aren't going to be be reasonable in the forums, there's no reason to expect them to be reasonable there as well.
I guess you could be right.
So in a way, I don't really see it being all that different from the forums at all.
Oh,
Other than maybe there might be some official areas where certain groups like groups that do news specifically for Dual Universe could post. Where where it's not being drowned out by a whole bunch of random junk as well, like it is with the forum. Maybe for that sort of stuff, but everything else, for the most part, it's basically just a forum.
I guess you could be right on that. But in my opinion on it, I just think that it's ultimately just cool how certain organizations are making their own websites and making programs. Like in the first episode, we used Dual Universe Stats, which was developed by Dual Universe Historical Society and Evil Incorporated and Lord Void. I just feel like that's kind of just a cool thing to see how the community is so active and so engaged to create these programs and these websites. And Pango, you're creating one, aren't you? You're making a
Yeah, a set of
blacklist
administration tools.
Yeah.
Well, just admin tools in general, which is actually going to be going web-based instead of being desktop applications. This way it can be used also on Mac computers, because I refuse to program for Mac.
Yeah. I think I told you.
Sorry, Mac fans, but I'm good.
I think I told
I
you.
don't think anyone.
Oh,
I
sorry.
don't think any of one of the hosts are actually Mac fans.
I think I told you three about my father's fun times with his Mac computer the other day.
Yeah.
My dad is a professor at a local college, and for one of his newer courses is for development for, I think, like apps on Apple devices, because Apple,
Yeah,
is still a popular thing. So he has to use a Mac.
Somehow.
Yeah, he has to use a Mac for some of the programs and stuff like that. And he has an old MacBook Pro. I think that's about 3 or 4 years old. But I mean, just but he wasn't allowed to install a program for the thing that he needed on the Mac. So he was considering buying a used MacBook, like a one. Have you guys? Well, Britain doesn't have Best Buy, but Pango, you know Best Buy, right?
Yeah, the place you go to look at stuff and then buy it online later anyways.
Very true. They have open box things, of course, and he was looking at an open box MacBook Air, and it basically had the exact same specs as his MacBook Pro from 2013. And it's like, really, they haven't really updated it at all, and it's kind of saddening. But anyways, ultimately he was able to bypass Mac's terrible security things, and he was able to get it downloaded. So just had to mess with some of the files a little bit, but he did it. So that was fun. But anyways, I just feel like it's cool just to see, the whole things, like all these organizations making websites. A lot of the organizations have their own websites, for their organizations. Like Terran Union has theirs, CSYN I think has one, I'm pretty sure. We unfortunately don't, because I don't really think that we need one.
The Empire has one.
Empire has one? Oh.
We do need one.
We need one.
I keep telling you this. We need one.
Why I do kind of agree we need one.
Because eventually we can host useful tools. Like we could eventually have, for instance, a Discord bot that could auto give ranks, for instance, if they once they've registered to the website, for instance.
I guess. I don't know. I just
They
feel
could
like
actually be quite useful.
I don't know. For right now, it's just I don't feel like I totally need one as of right now. After the game comes out and we actually get like a full confirmation that this thing is actually happening, and just stuff like that, I'm going to probably look into buying one. But at the moment, I just don't feel like there's really a need to have one. I'll look into it though. Tango,
I've got one.
yeah, you have one. You, I'm surprised you haven't complained about it. You always complain about everything.
Well, I mean, there's not a whole lot on it right now. I need to redo it and actually give it its own style and stuff instead of just a copy and paste from my other website.
Fair enough. Anyways, but still, Outpost Zebra I think can do quite a bit. Like, also on the side of the website, if you look on the website, they have like areas where you could advertise your organization and stuff like that. That could kind of do a bit more than like just the forums where you have a forum post advertising your org.
Yeah.
You could have banners like advertising it, and maybe take a direct link.
Here's a question. I didn't see much on their website about that. What is it going to cost? Because that's the other thing too.
It's very true. If it does cost to advertise.
Because I'd be surprised if it didn't, because otherwise, how are you going to control? I mean, otherwise you're just going to get people spamming you with, hey, post mine. That's going to be like one-player orgs that don't even do anything.
Very true. That would be a question. I'd never thought about that.
They'll probably have some form of criteria that you need to fulfill.
Is that on the forums?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they make you pay a few dollars to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a good money-making strategy. To be honest, they can make
at least until Novaquark decides they don't like it anymore and they forcefully shut it down.
I don't think Novaquark would do that. I mean,
you never know.
I don't know.
Diverse Unified, is it Alliance or Accord? I think it's Accord. DUA has their own version of that. Our organization, GLSQ, can use their services, and so can associates. I haven't bothered to look at it recently, but I think it's kind of the same thing in a way. Like, you have DUA services and stuff like that on their own website that you can kind of work with. So I'd have to look into that more. So that would be something worth talking about. That this should be talked about. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. I apologize. Okay. But yeah, I think that's enough about Outpost Zebra. I will be excited to see where it goes. Since they already have a few things talking about dev diaries and everything like that. So I can't wait to see what happens, and I wish all the best for the Aether. Maybe depending on how much it costs, I might attempt to advertise GLSQ on there, because I can definitely make good advertisements. I mean, have you guys seen my ship profiles? They are top-notch artwork right there. Definitely. I try. Creativity and me do not mix, but I try my best because So the next thing is what's else? We came up with this thing last second because we found it like 15 minutes before the stream started, and we thought it was really cool.
Not even. It was more like 5 minutes.
Very true. Very true. We're prepared for this stuff. Anyways.
Very prepared.
Very prepared.
Very professional.
Very professional. Best streamer setup. I mean, look at me. I'm using a Turtle Beach headset. Definitely have the most professionalism shit going on. I say or every like 5 seconds. So
it's
yeah.
fine, we forgive you.
But anyways, we found this whole thing about rise and fall of empires in the single shard universe, and Pengo was the one who specifically found it because he's a huge player on EVE Online. Well, back in the day.
No, I'm not.
Well,
I never was a huge player, but I was in some larger organizations and alliances, corporations.
Yeah. Also, he was bragging off that he took down one of the bigger organizations.
Well,
Okay.
no. Well, I was in one of the groups that did it.
Oh.
I helped.
The way you made it sound.
No. I didn't say I did it. I just said I helped.
Anyways.
See, this is what happens when you start just ignoring half of a sentence.
I do not ignore half a sentence.
Yeah.
I did not ignore half a sentence. I only speak half a sentence. Alright. So, I don't know, I just felt like when Pengo told me about the whole thing with Rise and Fall of Empires, it just kind of I find that always an interesting discussion because there were so many empires in real life that fell due to different reasons, and thinking about it, that could happen a lot in the game. You know.
The UN was the main reason.
Well. Yeah.
Honestly, I think TU is already sort of falling the way that empires do before the game's even out.
I wouldn't say that
Not
they're
necessarily.
falling. I would say that they're going through some growing pains at the moment. Which, I mean, let's be honest, everything has its growing pains, and I'm sure they'll get through it. But it will be interesting because I'm sure there will be organizations eventually. I think in the beginning, very beginning, everything will be, I don't know, will go status quo, but I think once you get in like 3 or 4 months, I think we're going to start seeing the political climate change quite a bit, in my opinion. Possibly not even that long. And it's just interesting because thinking about different empires and how they rose to power and how they fell, I try to envision how that would happen in the video game, because to be honest, I feel like in this video game, it could very much happen the exact same. So I will be very interested to see. But for example, we could use Terran Union as an example because they are the largest organization right now. True, they might not be an empire, but they're big, so we'll use them as an example. This whole thing. Well, go on ahead, Penny.
He goes in too when he's in the forum post. He goes in on some of the larger groups and larger battles of EVE Online, and his big question with the whole thing is what causes them to fall.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to do other stuff too.
He's busy playing Hellion.
So, what? Actually, not at the moment. I'm messing with electronics.
Oh, okay.
Well, stop it. You could die.
Yeah. You already blew up a microwave this morning. Don't fucking mess with
Hey, it's not my fault. It was defective.
Oh, definitely defective. You probably just put a fork in there and you were just like, whoops!
No. If there's like a piece of metal inside of it, it sparks on the inside, not sparks out of the back of it. Oh. And it wasn't even sparks, but it was like a big electric arc. And it was bright.
You should touch it.
Yeah, you should.
Pango, what has happened to your mic?
What? What do you mean what happened to my mic?
Your mic sounds retarded now.
You sound
well, because I broke my headset.
Yeah, his headset.
So I'm using the freaking headphone earbuds that came with my phone.
Yeah. Did you not know that this happened?
Fixed a few seconds ago.
Huh?
I don't know. It seems fine. Me.
It doesn't sound that bad.
We're going through technical difficulties with all of our equipment. Cringey's microphone has been giving him shit since the last stream, and then Pengo's headset broke, so you know we're trying our best here. It seems like me and Rocky's mics have been the only ones that have been working.
Yeah.
Well, you had technical difficulties.
Well, I had stupidity difficulties. All right, I muted my microphone on my Nixon, and I
Nothing
didn't
new.
realize that I didn't unmute it, even though I unmuted my mic audio on OBS. So my stupidity was the problem, not my microphone.
Anyway, we're getting a little bit off topic here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
I mean, let's be honest. When do we not get off topic?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. But still, just what would I know? What's the name? Comrade Demrist. He's a he wrote like an informational reading on how empires have risen and fallen in real life, and oh my god, they drilled this into our heads in AP World History this year, but yet I don't remember it. But there were four main reasons how an empire fell: external pressures, internal
UN.
problems,
Caused by the UN.
environmental degradation, and not the UN, but there was something else.
It was the UN in the end. UN ended the French and British Empire. Jeez.
Blame the UN for all your problems.
Yes, that works.
The UN is all our problems.
No, that's the EU.
Wow, yeah, neither of them are particularly helpful.
NATO's the only one that actually does good stuff anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember the fourth one, unfortunately, but those three ones that I just described: external pressures, internal problems, and environmental degradation. Maybe not so much environmental degradation because they can just move, but I feel like the first two, external problems and internal problems and external pressures, could very be true. For example, if TU got invaded, let's say who's opening something? I can hear it. Rocky, don't open things. All right. Fuck you. All right.
I'm done now.
Thank you.
We can hear you eating. Stop eating.
Yeah, stop eating. At least mute your
I haven't
microphone.
started eating.
Mute your microphone. I always mute my microphone when I take a drink. Societal degradation would be a big one. That could be true.
Well, one thing that is a problem is different cultures in the real world. That's quite often they can't really work together that well.
The UN.
And sort of that makes them fall in the long run because they're so not similar that they can't get along. For example, what's happening within the EU, the different cultures can't get along.
But anyways, internal problems. For example, this whole thing with Terran Union, this shakeup could be.
God.
I doubt that it's going to be a huge thing, but you good, Tanka?
Yeah, just ignore me.
You having problems over there with your technology again?
Yep. Well, I opened it up and then it closed out on me and said the device no longer existed.
Ah, very fun, very fun. Anyways, with the internal problems, like I said, the whole thing with Terran Union, also with Terran Union leaving CSYN, it could be that could be the internal problem that leads to CSYN's downfall. Of course, I doubt that CSYN is going to have a huge downfall from that. Because to be honest, I think CSYN for right now is going to stay for at least I would say for at least a year. I would give CSYN. I would hope that it would be more, but that's the biggest prediction I can give. But What was I gonna say? I'm going off on a ramble now. I don't even know my own thoughts anymore. But for example, if that was a huge thing, that could cause fall of an empire. Even though the CSYN isn't an empire, they're just an alliance. But still,
They're more of a more of a coalition.
External pressures. That's self-explanatory. Say, what stereotypical orgs can we use? Say Terran Union fucking decided to attack Empire and just completely take them over. Terran Union outnumbers Empire, I think 4-1. So unless if Empire has some amazing shit unless if Empire has the Death Star, right? Actually has the Death Star and
Well, they are basing themselves quite a lot on the Empire from Star Wars, so it's quite likely they will try and build one.
Well, of course, they won't have those game-breaking weapons, but it wouldn't surprise me if they built a replica one without a weapon, of course. But that would be cool to see. If someone would actually build the Death Star, they've always said that was.
They just turn it into sort of a man-made planet instead of making it a super weapon.
Yeah, I don't think it'll actually ever happen. You might see the largest one, the largest group that stays in power long enough, they might decide to build one, but it would literally not be very useful.
Yeah.
Not unless they actually, they actually start adding large enough weapons or things to actually reasonably defend it without having thousands upon thousands of weapons all over its surface.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also, it just wouldn't be that much. There wouldn't be that much functionality, in my opinion, to it. You can't blow something up with it. So you can blow things up with it, but not on a planetary scale, unfortunately.
Well, we don't really know that. We haven't seen actual dual universe yet. We haven't encountered.
They've said that there will be no game-breaking weapons because if you're just on a planet and then suddenly everything's gone and you don't know why, that's not particularly fair.
Yeah, well, not only that, you don't need a weapon that powerful on it to make it useful. You just need something that would be useful against, say, a large fleet.
Yeah.
So maybe a EMP, so anything within certain distance of it basically forcefully shuts down the ship and makes it unable to be restarted.
True.
So in the end,
it has a short range, so it doesn't affect much outside of the, very near area.
Yeah.
Something where it gives a bit more of a tactical advantage, but doesn't really take sides, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, the EMP would be a last-ditch protection.
Yeah.
Or defensive countermeasure of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Unless,
one thing they
obviously need ways to counter it.
One thing they can do is sort of make a ship that's just based on. I don't know if you've ever seen the Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV series, but one of the first story arcs involved a ship that literally fired out an EMP from the side, and it would shoot. And the first thing it would do is just shoot it, and then it would blast the ships to bits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so maybe even
that'd be better, really.
Maybe even a static mounted weapon that does a lot of damage, but can only be mounted to ships of a certain size or larger. So it would be a Death Star weapon. It wouldn't be able to destroy planets, but it would be able to do massive damage to, say, a larger ship.
Yeah.
But you can't use it on any ship because you'd also have to be able to turn to actually aim it. So, and obviously a Death Star isn't going to turn very fast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it'd have to be used solely for either taking out planetary installations, or for taking out, larger capital ships that don't move very fast.
That don't move that quickly.
This way, they would have some sort of use, in being other than just being a large sphere in space that you built yourself for no reason.
Yeah, the only reason why I can actually see the Death Star actually being plausible is just as a status symbol, really.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's mostly what it's going to be. Hey, look, guys, we're rich enough that we have a Death Star.
Yeah. Hey, look at us, we're successful. We got a Death Star. Fuck you all.
Yeah, well,
it's just a giant middle finger.
But then it'll be a matter of whose Death Star is bigger.
That would be great. Just
my Death Star is 20 kilometers across. Mine's 120 across.
Instead of building a Death Star, just build a Death Star sized middle finger and just shove it in front of a planet and just no, we're rich. Fuck you. Oh, that would be great.
I'm not gonna do that now.
Well, keep in
Oh
mind.
no, you've given them ideas.
Mhm.
Yeah,
During
what have you done?
during the AMA event that they did during last summer, they they said that they aren't going to stop like people from making inappropriate constructs.
Oh, thank God.
You can already tell what I'm talking about, and if you don't, then you're an idiot.
Phallus.
Sure. But
That's a word, I think.
I know it is, but that's basically what it is. So people like that will be up to the people to not build, and like people like if people don't like it, then they can destroy it themselves. But they aren't going to. I think the last time that I heard about that, they aren't going to. They aren't going to, regulate that, even though they probably wouldn't like it. You sure have interesting Discord names. Wells. Yeah. Ignore that.
Please don't.
Inside jokes. Inside jokes. Right?
I'm not actually a Nazi, don't worry.
I will not conform. This is. I need to take off Discord notifications so they don't pop up. Oh, well, I apologize for my.
I don't get Discord notifications like that, and it saddens me.
We already said that this isn't professional. This isn't a professional stream in the slightest. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Since it's not. Hold on. Let me just switch it back to this. There we go. There's our professional background stream. For the stream. Our bland ass QCast background where we have the hosts and self promotion is amazing. So we have our Twitter, Facebook, and Dual Universal. Well,
that was basically the whole thing for the first stream, the whole background. You could just see that for the whole thing.
Exactly, because let's be honest, I was new, okay? I didn't know I should change it. I just kind of thought, okay, I give up. But anyways, so let's keep on with the whole thing with Fall of Empires. Environmental degradation. Like I said, I don't think that'd be a huge one. I feel like it could be in a weird scenario. For example, like if the entirety, like again, let's use Terran Union for an example. If Terran Union set up on a planet and colonized an entire planet, and like say a year from now, even though we know like planets are probably not going to run out of resources ever, but let's just say it runs out of a specific resource that they and yes, I was French monarchist for a little bit, and then I got tired of the joke, so I changed my name back to.
And you're not even French.
I am French.
Really?
I have French.
Really? You live in America, don't you?
Well, yeah, I live in America, but I have French heritage.
You're an American citizen, aren't you?
I'm sorry.
And you, sir, are an American.
I'm sorry. I embrace my French heritage because I have connections to royal French blood, so I apologize that I embrace it. And that's
Go back
true.
far enough, everyone has royal blood.
No.
Yeah, because everybody's related to everybody, so...
Exactly.
Actually, according to the Constitution of the United Kingdom, everyone's in line for the throne.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway. Yes, I was French monarchist for a little while, just because I just decided to embrace my French royal blood for a week, and then I changed it back. Yes, I love the sound of aggressive typing.
Gosh.
There you go.
I'm just checking what place I am in line of the throne. If they're even count that anyway.
I think he forgot the French Revolution. Don't worry. The line of kings that I'm related to was a long time before the French Revolution, so that doesn't deal with me. And
which house were you related to?
What?
Which house were you related to?
The House of Valois. I was related to, I
I've
think,
got no idea which one that is.
it
I'm a
was
history nerd.
the House of Valois. They were kings during, like, I think the 100 Years' War.
Oh, those lot. Oh, yes. House of Valois.
Yeah, it's
Basically.
Valois in French. I took French, so I know how to pronounce French. Thank
Okay,
you very much.
yes.
I speak proper French. I'm not going to talk in French because if someone from Nova Corp watches this, I'm not going to. I'm not that. That would probably be a national offense to France, so I'm not going to say anything. But
If you get offended because someone mispronounces your language, then, well, that's sort of a personal issue.
we. Anyways, that's literally all that we in my French class. That's literally all that we in my like. That's all that we say basically. Whenever she like asks us a question, we're just like we, and that's it. She's like, hey, do you want to die tomorrow? We. If she would ask that, if she would ask that, like if she would ask that to us in French, we would have no idea because she doesn't teach. We had like 5 chapters in our French textbook on transportation. We learned about like 2 chapters on the highway, 1 on the airplane. Well, actually, no, 2 on the airplane. 1 on the and 1 on the train. And we skipped 1 on the that was 1 about the subway. So yeah, we learned a lot about French transportation. So we know how to say le bus in French, and we know what it is, and we know what to
The
do
bus.
when we get
not
yes, the bus, and we know what to do when we get on the TGV or le TGV as it's called, the bullet trains, and well. Actually, we probably wouldn't know what to do because our textbooks were from the 90s. So they probably like, and it was great. One of the textbooks that we didn't use anymore, but yet like we still had it for like vocab, like different vocabulary words. The textbook that she made us use for that still thought that East and West Germany was a thing. That's how old the textbook was. And she's just like, oh, ignore East and West Germany. That doesn't matter, you know. Like, really? Can you not get an updated textbook, please? Like something from this century. That'd be nice.
That would cost money. Schools don't like to spend money.
Very true.
They'd
Anyways,
rather spend it on unnecessary crap.
but back to what I was saying with environmental degradation. Excuse me. For example, Terran Union, if they don't want to live on the planet anymore for whatever reason, either it runs out of a particular resource, or they need to or they want to expand onto a bigger planet, or whatever. I mean, there's probably a bunch of reasons why they would leave the planet, but for example, if they would all leave on like in a single time on a single like fleet, again, external pressures could kind of go in with that and kind of ruin them all. They would all die, and then they would fall, and that would be basically the fall of Empire. But that's kind of a weird situation. I don't know why my mind went to that, but screw it. But anyways, what else? What else could we talk about with the fall of Empire? Because to be honest, it's a huge topic. Even though like I just can't figure out what to say. Like I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of something that's worth talking about. Tango, it sounds like your little brother's having fun in the background.
Fortunately, I don't have a better mic yet.
Dear God. Anyways, I don't know. I can't wait to see because I feel like politics in dual universe is going to become a lot more of a prevalent issue. Like even now, it's a prevalent issue. I can't wait to see what happens with it. There's a lot of interesting stuff that I think will happen. That's kind of going back to what I said with the whole thing with the Terran Union earlier. So yeah. What else? What else? Anything else we want to discuss? Maybe talk about why we have the names why we have the names that we do in our Discord, or no?
I can't really remember.
Kale Wars, the leader of the Opium
yeah,
Federation, he named himself Irish Communist. So then I named myself French Monarchist. Well, actually, no, I can't remember if it was either you. It was either you guys or me. But anyways,
I was the one who did it first. Gory, you were the last one, I believe.
no, I think Penga was the last one.
Well, I
I'm
know. I was
pretty sure you were.
I don't know. But I don't know. Anyways, so we kind of named it English Nazist. That's Rocky. American Capitalist. That's Pengo. French Monarchist. That was me. And then
Who
Welsh.
gave us dislike?
What?
Someone gave us a dislike on YouTube.
Who the fuck gave us a dislike? I don't appreciate that. Whoever that was, fuck you.
My guess is it's going to be a girl who likes fidget spinners who rides a horse again.
That's very true. Very true. It was probably that same person. But anyways, and then Cringey's name was Welsh Fascist. And for some reason, my mind just immediately went from Welsh fascist to Wells Fargo fascist, because everyone loves to pick on Wells Fargo, and I don't know why. I don't know where the last part of it came from, but oh well. That's probably not a good thing to see. I'd prefer not to offend the community, but let's be honest here. People shouldn't take us seriously when we offend people. You know, people really should take us seriously.
To be fair, the topic that I've actually forgotten his name. I'm just going to check. The Atlas Warrior brought up is actually a good point. How to deal with pirates.
How to deal with pirates. Ooh. Pirates are a fun discussion at the moment, because there's a lot of interesting discussions, to say the very least. With the whole thing, CSYN is currently in negotiations with Band of Outlaws, or at least last time I checked, they're still in negotiations. They might have stopped negotiations now, but it's funny to kind of hear some of the arguments and debates that are going on, talking about it. So I'm not going to go into more detail, because it probably wouldn't be a good idea to share what's going on within CSYN, since it's not my organization, to the public. So if our Lord and Savior Glory decides, wait, what am I deciding now?
Agreed.
But to talk about pirates.
Oh, well, we are talking about pirates now. But
Yay!
But how to deal with pirate organizations? I feel like a pirate organization could be a huge external pressure in terms of Fall of Empire, because I don't know. I just feel like the pirates, they don't really run the exact same as an empire. They kind of just go around and kill things and loot and other normal pirate things, and so it's kind of just. I think that they could be a huge external pressure, and something. He is not my lord. Off with his head. How dare you threaten to behead me, Pengo? How dare you? But anyways, oh, I feel like a pirate organization could be the way to go. I mean, let's be honest, pirate organizations are pretty popular. In terms of, hold on, let's switch. Let me switch again to our very unprofessional version of the stream. Hold on. So in the Dual Universe community site, you have huge pirate organizations. You have Band of Outlaws. That's the hugest, of course. Is someone dying in your house, Pango? It sounds like someone is dying. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Where's Chuckling Casket? Sounds like a sounds like a dying, like, I don't know what. It sounds like a dying.
It's like a dying cat.
Yeah, a
Just
dying
people
cat.
with house
Cat in
being
the
weird.
background.
Oh my god. What the heck? But in they also have Chuckling Casket, which is a pirate organization within Cinderfall Syndicate. That's also another larger pirate
That
organization.
doesn't make much sense. We're a pirate organization, joins a non-aggression pact.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point actually. That's a good point.
Yeah. Anywho, so enough talking about pirate organizations. Because there's not, I don't know what else I could say about pirate organizations. I just feel like they could be a huge external pressure for.
Tristan's in the stream.
Oh, Tristan's in the
He
stream.
always
He's
joins
late.
at the end.
Oh, yay! Joining
People
right at the
always
end.
join at the end.
Oh wait, wrong background. I apologize. I
What
switched to the
the
countdown background,
is-
or I switched to the pre-stream background. I apologize. Very unprofessional. All right, but oh my. But anyways, what else can we say? There's not much else. I think we covered everything we wanted to talk about. And to be honest, I felt like this live stream went a little bit better than last week's live stream because, you know,
We actually have all of the hosts.
well, we have all the hosts. I didn't mute my microphone and not talk for like 5 minutes. I think I laid off a little bit on the ums and uhs compared to last week.
Instead, we just went off topic quite a bit. As he also says,
What? Or yeah, I say both. And I also say like quite a bit.
You literally just said that you've been like laying off a little bit on saying the ums and ers, and then you immediately said
I know! I know! God damn it.
The irony is real with this one.
Oh my god. I can never get ahead. Alright. I think that's basically it. We've been streaming for almost an hour now. Like, about 13 minutes. Yeah. So let's keep this going for 13 minutes with more Flame Wars. Who should we, you know, throw some shade at?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Roast.exe has stopped working.
Oh dear God. Okay. I don't know.
Tristan, how dare you be so silent in the first stream?
Yeah, how dare you? You should have been more talkative. It would have been great.
joins and just sits there silently the entire time.
Yeah, that was about it. He said hello, and that was it.
He did say one thing.
Oh, I think he said
I
no.
can't remember what it was. That's just how mine it was.
I think
And he only said it because we literally just said, well, we told him to actually say something.
yeah, and he was like, no. Oh my god. Poor Tristan. Anyways, alright. Well, I think we threw enough shade in this episode, and we went on enough about rants and everything. So. What the hell is going on? It sounds like more microwaves are exploding back there. Jesus.
No. When the microwave breaks itself with the loud electric arc, it's more of a popping sound,
Oh.
and it happens once, and then it stays silent. And
I
you frantically
apologize.
try
I
to turn
don't
it
know
off
what
without
an
getting
exploding
electrocuted.
microwave sounds like because I never had to deal with that.
Well, all I did was I put the food in it, press start, it started up, goes pop.
What did
What
you put
food?
in it?
A microwave food on a microwave safe plate.
What was the microwave
The
safe
issue
plate?
wasn't what I put into it. The issue was the microwave was defective. Okay,
How long have you had this microwave for then?
not that long.
Oh. Well, then, all right. Well, anyways, I think that's it.
But I could actually
wait.
see.
Was it a Wells Fargo own brand?
What?
What?
I don't know.
Oh my god. See, I could actually see the arc of electricity too. And it came out the back, roughly where the transformer probably was at.
Oh my god.
Made in China, I guess. Yes, it was made
Probably.
in China. Probably made in Taiwan.
probably-
Imagine if there was a made in China, like if there was a stereotypical made in China, but in dual universe, like made in and the random planet or wherever it was made from, like people.
No,
Made
it'll
in
just be,
Alioth.
No, they will name that planet China.
Yes.
no, it'll just be certain major industrial groups who sell stuff really cheap, but they're like really crap, like ships
Yeah, that's
made by
basically
instead of made in, it'll be
Yeah,
made by.
Made
That's
in
probably just
Buttclenchean
telling
drive
you.
yards.
No, made
Yeah.
by GLSU. Let's face it.
Yeah.
Hey, GLSU
Yeah.
isn't a ship company. GLSQ is, alright? It's not
Fine,
you,
made
it's
by
Q.
GLSQ.
There you go. Get it right, man. We are. GLSU is not the ship org. Q is. Get your shit together. It's not you, it's Q.
What does GLS even stand for?
I swear to God, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you ask that. Fuck off. Stop. Oh my God.
Glory's Lithuanian Sarcastic Union.
There's a list of what people have come up with for what it means, alright? You know, ask Pengo.
Well, don't
alright?
make a name for it and then not
Fuck off,
refuse.
Pengo, I saw that. Oh my God. Between
That's
that
what
one
happens when
and
you-
between that one and the one that some people came up for with GLSU, it's like really. What was the one that people came up for with GLSU? It was Glory likes sucking umbrellas for some reason. I don't know why umbrellas. What? Is that like
See,
is
maybe
that
if
supposed
you
to be an
maybe if they
innuendo for a
actually-
dick?
Maybe if you actually had like actual meanings for them, you just put random letters together.
Yeah, exactly. I put random letters together and I went with it. And now everyone tries to figure out what it means. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't have a meaning. Come up with your own damn meaning if you want to, but I don't have a meaning for it. It's just like, what the hell? What? Oh my God, that's disgusting. No. Oh God, that is. I'm not gonna be able to get that image out of my head now. Oh,
You're welcome.
fuck you, Rocky. Alright. Damn it. Okay, I'm ending this before fucking we come up with
Kind of
more
out of
weird
hand,
shit. Alright. Anyways. Glory's Lithuanian Savages Union? What the fuck?
Oh, God.
Why Lithuanian? Why?
Oh no.
Fuck's sake.
Glory, you are not going to hear the end of this.
Well, at least I got my wish with just wasting the next 3 minutes.
Why didn't you just tell everybody what it stands for then?
What? It doesn't stand for anything! I literally
Then
said
why-
that! It doesn't stand for
Why-
anything!
The only way you're stopping this stuff is if you like rename it.
You need to come up
completely.
with
like,
a meaning.
even if
you
you
either
come up with
for a
the-
meaning or you got to rename
Even
it.
if you come up with a meaning, this stuff is still going to go on now because there isn't one to begin with.
The problem is that technically there is a abstract meaning for it, and I just decided not to name it that because it was stupid. So, but there's a meaning for it technically, but I'm not going to say what it is because it's embarrassing as hell.
Well,
So,
I knew it. I
but
was right. I know the
but
original
even
meaning.
that, like even the meaning that it has, technically it doesn't even like it's not an acronym. It's just a shortened. It's just the first 2 letters of 2 words, and I just shortened it.
Glory
Which
Squad.
one? The SU or the SQ?
What did you say,
GLSU is a
Rocky?
Glory Squad.
How did you get that immediately?
Wait, what was it?
Okay, hold on. Let me share the story, all right? Back in my days of Minecraft, All right. We originally did faction servers, and someone in my group of friends, I had like a group of 5 friends that I played Minecraft with back in. And keep in mind, this was back when we were like 11 or 12, correct? So we started doing Minecraft faction servers, and I forget who it was. It was one of my. I forget who it was. Oh wait, no, I think I figured it out. His name is Austin, and he's 2 years younger than us. So when we were 11 or 12, he was like 9 or 10. Pango, stop playing Hellion. All right.
No.
But anyways, he came up with the name. We were trying to figure out a name for our faction, and he said Glory Squad. And for some reason, and we couldn't come up with a better name for it, so we used that, and we just stuck with it until we stopped playing Minecraft, like 2 years after that, until we stopped playing Minecraft faction servers. So we just kind of stuck with it, and I was like, well, I don't have a good name for my organization, Dual Universe, so I was like, I don't want to name it Glory Squad, because then no one will take us seriously, even less than what they take us seriously now. So I named it GLSQ as an abbreviation for it. So technically it does have a meaning. I just preferred for it to be known as GLSQ instead of Glory Squad. Alright?
Oh, I'm just too good at guessing things.
Fuck you, Rocky.
At
Anyways,
least we knew that the G stands for glory.
what?
Well, he said it was the first letters of 2 words, so I thought Glory
so
Squad.
GL is glory, and then SQ is glory is squad. And then SU is just off of SQ.
Yeah.
That doesn't have an actual meaning. Glory sucks. There you go. Glory sucks for GLSU. Anyways, all right. That was my embarrassing story out of the way. Jesus Christ. Now people are gonna start calling us that, and I don't want people to call us that. It's that's the cringe.
It's too late. There's nothing you can do about it now.
I know.
To be honest, it's the abbreviated version, and nobody's going to be bothered to write Glory Squad.
Very true. Very true. I hope not. And that's it's just such a stupid name. Why would I ever, looking back on it, why would I ever go with that? There were so much better options, really. But what? Look, that oh my. What's wrong? What the fuck, Cringey? All right. I think it's time to end this live stream before we
Yes.
go any more downhill than what we have. At least I got my wish when I decided to when I wanted to waste the next 3 minutes. All right. So, thanks to everyone who tuned in to watch. Apologies for that last like 10 minutes of bullshit. We will be back next week for the next episode of QCast. Hopefully, it will be a little bit less rants or less off-topic debate and more on-topic debate. And maybe I'll stop saying or completely. Probably never gonna happen, but one can dream. One can dream. Anyways, make sure you follow all the hosts. All their links and stuff are down in the description. All the links to the things that we talked about are, of course, in the description. Our links to all GLSQs and GLSUs, social media, stuff like that is in the description, of course. Follow me on Snapchat. Shameless promotion. Because why not?
No one wants to see your junk.
Yes, because I definitely put that on a Snapchat story.
I'm going to have to get Snapchat now.
What? Did you just say what I think you said?
No.
I think you
my
thought I
God.
said.
Rocky.
What the hell? Just
weird thing is that in Discord, me and Rocky were just taking pictures of our leg and posting it.
Oh,
Yeah, we
God.
were.
We, I had a picture of my setup, and my leg was in it. And he was like saying "nice leg," and I decided to put my entire leg in the picture the next time. And wait, no. He took a picture of yours, and I said there wasn't enough leg. You didn't have enough leg in it, and
Yeah.
you decided to put your entire leg up in the setup, and then I reciprocated.
We'll have to put these pictures on the main channel Discord. Oh
We're
god, they're
weird
awful.
people. We are
Yeah.
weird people, but okay. Okay. All right. So, I think I did all the outro stuff before I talked about our addiction to seeing each other's legs. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Like I said, we'll be back next week with the next episode. Make sure to tune in for that. And make sure you like, subscribe, helps us get our content out there. And yeah. See you next week, guys.